Look at the guards, the unarmed man. Join the fray. Wait for the guards to leave. Let's have a look at the unarmed man. Surprised to recognise the former King Killen's honour guard. Memory comes to you. You fought alongside this man at Ostagar. The guards? Alright, so the King Killen's honour guard. Ban Lauren. The fluidity of his allegiances. Join the fray or wait for the guards to leave. I don't really want to do it. I just want to watch. I don't want to wait for them to leave. No, let's join the fray. Let's badge in there. I imagine by the look of us with all our sparkliness and naviness and big barky dog, they might know us, you know, might have seen us anyway, so not exactly sneaky. We're going to join the fray. Oh. Whoa. I didn't even know this was... Well, I know fray means like combat. I hope that my intervention there didn't just lead to that guy's death. We have the high ground here.
Let's make this quick.
Okay, they're getting up there. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, right. Alistair, you go ahead and... Where the bloody hell is it? You already have taunted, haven't you? That's cool. Alright, Berex, get back here.
As you wish.
And... Die! Right, so, yeah, they're all hurt. Private militia's more dangerous than the rest. Liana? Oh, I suppose you're fighting this guy, shooting these guys. I think we'll leave them for now. I don't know what you do. Kill him, and what we'll do is we'll have a disc of warding. Here. And we will heal Alistair. And then we're going to get rid of these guys with that. And with this. There we go. Dealt with. Come on, Alistair, hold it together. Maybe you should target him. In fact, you target him and you target him. We'll get rid of him. He doesn't look like he's that dangerous. You need to heal. Thank you. Don't know whether I've instigated this by joining in or what. I don't really know. Is he dead yet? More or less. Right, now everyone kill him. Let's buff. I don't really have... I'm thinking heroic offense, but yeah, okay, we'll do that. Probably a bad idea, because he just got whacked again. Thank you. Alright, you go up there, Bounder. You go up there. Because they've woken up now anyway. He should be able to take them out, no problem. I hope. Howl. Okay, Alistair's doing okay now. This guy's almost dead. Yeah, we got this. We got this. Private militia. Alright, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're fine. So, once we finish these guys off, we'll just see what the hell we're trying to do here. What the thing is. Elric? Ooh. I wonder if Stormbringer's about anywhere. Michael Moorcock reference, people. Right, I need to, oh, collective army. Yeah, okay, right, fine. We'll take them. Could be armor for Alistair. Take the small shield. If anything, we can sell it. Some death root there. We'll grab that. Do you have anything on you? Nope. Oh, elf root. Thank you. Oh, and there's someone up there. No, there isn't. No, there isn't.
And I'm off.
Seems we got a little waylaid on our way here. We're not going to activate him just yet. He might still be alive. You never know, but we'll just wait. Okay, there's no one else to loot. Let's just check Alistair's inventory here. We picked up this. Now let's see. Plus 10 mental resistance. The armor is better on the other one. Although, I mean, he's equipping a light helmet there. This is a medium helmet, and yet its armor is less. So, oh, what about this one? Say, actually, that one is better. That one is better. So you go ahead and equip that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, slightly less fatigue, slightly more missile deflections, and requires a little more strength, but he's got more strength, so yeah, steel tier 3, ash tier 2. Okay. Let's see if this guy's still alive. Nope, man's face is unmistakable. You remember him as Elric Morangi, a member of Kaelin's honor guard at Ostagar and a close confidant of the king, and he's now dead. Don't know if we helped him die or what. Oh, hello.
Thank you. I didn't expect the band's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man.
Obviously we tried to help. Now, what do you mean there wasn't time? Tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. Well, you aren't dead yet.
You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this, or die in some dark spawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter.
Did you desert it? Did you desert? You desert? Did you desert? You deserted?
I dare say most people think the same of you and me, if not worse.
I fled the battlefield when Loghain betrayed us. I abandoned my men, and they died. And Kaelin with them. He was my king, my friend, maker. All that time in Ban Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostagar.
Yeah, so things went a bit tits up and he ran away rather than died. You can't really fault him for that. I mean, they were all doomed, so he escaped. I'm not going to judge him for that. I can't see you listening while you whine. We don't always get to choose our deaths. It's not your fault they died. At least, no, it's not your fault they died, man.
I know. Even had Loghain's men not turned their backs on us, the Darkspawn were too many. Even Kaelin, for all his bravado, knew there would be no victory at Ostagar. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the wardens.
Oh. Is the chest important? Why don't you just give the key to Duncan? Okay, well, that's that one.
He didn't get the chance. Duncan was so busy with the new recruits and keeping Loghain at bay. Whatever his reasoning, it's me Kaelin entrusted it to.
Did this guy get stabbed? Or did he just get punched in the gut? Because he seems, like, fine. For someone who's, like, just... I thought he got stabbed and was almost dead, but he's, like, having a bit of a chat now, just, like, all casual. I'm not sure what I saw now that I'm speaking to him. If he's just going to drop dead after this conversation, it'll be like, well, you should have been coughing and, you know, wheezing a little bit during this voice acting, methinks, but we'll see. Is the chest important?
The royal arms chest. It's where Kaelin kept his father's sword, the one he always said he'd slay the archdemon with.
More than that, there was a secret compartment where he kept documents concerning his dealings with Empress Selene and the Orlesians.
And you still have the key?
The Maker has a sense of humour, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Ban Loren's hands by now.
Why am I not surprised? Is there someone else we should be bringing back from the brink of death instead?
I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please. It's probably still there.
Where?
The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search.
You'll be taking me along, won't you? Call me sentimental, but I left behind some dark spawn that really deserve a sword through the middle.
It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Kaelin's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
Oh yeah, now he dies. Yep. Okay. No. Return to Ostagar. Okay, we got Codex updated here. Oh, there we go. The credits for the premium content to return to Ostagar. Well, that's immersive, isn't it? Fantastic. Thank you for that. Alright then. But a quest? Another premium content. Return to Ostagar. According to Elric, the King's Arms chest contains documents pertaining to secret talks with Orlays. Kelain trusted the key to Elric, who, fearful of capture, hid it when within a statue of Ostagar. Given the importance of the documents, the unknown state of the King's body, and the opportunity to reclaim the royal arms and armour, and your own desire for revenge, the benefits of small-scale assault on Ostagar are beginning to outweigh the risk. So, according to Elric, the King's kept some secret correspondence locked away in the royal arms chests, which Kelain kept in his tent in Ostagar. Eric has drawn you a map showing you where he hid the key. King Kelain's golden arms and armour were lost in battle, divided, prized amongst the Darkspawn commanders. For armour he wore a helm, breastplate, greaves and gauntlets. For arms he bore his father Morig's sword and heraldic shield. Now, read it. So, interesting. Not something I was expecting to run into at all, but we're getting a lot of quests now. A lot of quests. And this is just something like that happens in all NPC RPGs. You know, it's something that happens that you start to acquire quests like all the time until eventually it's like, you know, what am I doing? There's so much to do. And you got to be properly organised and think about what you're doing, and I've never been anything that I'm good at. So it's getting to that stage where I'm getting a bit overwhelmed with all the quests. And I'm sure people will be going, no, I haven't seen nothing yet. But even so, there's quite a lot going on. That's probably another thing. So they want us to go back here. Now, I am going to pop here first. And then do this. And then we'll see. Because I've got two reasons to go south now. I mean, that's obviously the main one, then there's that. For role-playing purposes, obviously it does give you a lot of reasons to go. There's also reasons not to go as well. I'll decide about that once we've done the Circle Tower, because, you know, I'll probably, you know, I could spend 5 minutes discussing this, and then bloody stuff will change here, and so all my discussion will be pointless. So I'm not going to discuss it. I've done that. Hooray! We are going to leave. How would I be able to do that? The world map is this way. There we go. We should probably go to the party camp. It's probably been quite a while. We'll go to the party camp. I'll have a word with the assassin that I've already forgotten his bloody name. But yeah.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
Okay, it's a good thing that we did this, because this pertains to what we have just done rather than what we're about to do. What is on your mind?
You let Lady Isolde sacrifice herself with blood magic. How could you do that?
Alright, so he's not very happy about that. You think I should have killed the little boy instead? Now, I don't know about the tone of this, because if this is like an angry sort of like rebuttal, then I don't want to say it. But if this is sort of a reasoned argument, then I do want to say it. And this text is a little bit, you know, limiting. I'm going to put it anyway and take the risk.
We could have gone to the Circle of Magi. We could have tried harder. We should have tried something that didn't involve blood magic. That's for sure. This is the Jarl's son we're talking about here. What do you think he'll say when we revive him?
He'll say larger things at stake. Maybe we shouldn't revive him. Maybe you're right, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But like I said during this debate with myself, if we went to the Circle of Magi, it could have taken days before we came back. How many other people would have died in that time? Wish I could make that point to him. Ah, limitations! All for his benefits. Killing his wife probably wasn't... Well, we didn't kill his wife, but his wife dying probably wasn't in his benefit. Therefore, neither would his son be. larger things at stake. Hopefully, that's what he's going to be thinking.
I just don't know how you could do it. How you could make that decision. I owe the Isle more than this.
I did the best that I could. I'm going to try and persuade him, I think. Quit your whining! You could have done no better. I'm going to persuade him. I've invested in persuasion. Hopefully this won't go tits up.
You're right. Of course you're right. I'm such an ass. I should know better than to second guess you like this. Oh, why am I getting on your back about it? You did what you had to. It's just... all this death. Never mind. Let's just stop there before I do more than shove my foot in my mouth like an idiot.
Oh, it's -10, even though I resolved that. I'll have another word with him, I think.
What do you need?
I want to ask you something, man.
Ask away.
About... Probably not going to touch on his birthright straight after that. Can you teach others to be a Templar? I don't want to be a Templar. Tell me about the Grey Wardens. This is probably something that's topical.
Such as they are.
Oh yeah, we've already done this.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need?
Ask you something.
Ask away.
Possibly about... Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
In that case, you should become a mage. I like that.
Oh, you aren't kidding. I think the Templar uniforms are as colourful as they are just so the Templars didn't feel dull in comparison. Last thing you want when you're about to take down some Maleficar out in the woods is to have him point and laugh at your taste in clothing, am I right?
Seems like that might happen anyway. Do all Templars make these jokes, or just you?
Oh, you know, between all the guilt and the hours spent in solemn prayer, any good Templar or priest is just bursting to tell a few good jokes when the opportunity arises. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
Spill the beans!
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right? The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
Oh, what did you enjoy about it?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
That was my home for a long time, the Circle of Magi.
But it's not your home anymore, right? You can never go back for good. I think I understand how you feel. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
They can be rebuilt, that's assuming we even survive. This is not the time to think about it, man.
You're right. Best to concentrate on what we have to do right now.
Quite. And yet, he disapproves even more. Look, I have something for you. I have something for you. How do I give a gift? I remember this. Right, I've got... is it a plot item? No, it's crafting. No. Other? Look, I have your bloody... there it is. Right, so... destroy... inspect... right. How... I'm assuming, you know, that this gift wrap thing, this box, is give gift, but it's greyed out. Why? Do I have to right click on you? Oh god, no, don't rub there. left click on...
What do you need?
Ask you
Ask away.
about... Maybe it's done through dialogue. This one. Birthright is secret.
You never asked?
It's a cheap answer.
All right. If you want the full explanation, I'll give it to you. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
How about, by the way, I'm the heir to the throne?
Yes, well, I suppose part of me kind of liked you not knowing.
Why? What happens to people who find out? Or when people find out?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
You don't want to be king? Why not? Doesn't sound stupid at all. I wouldn't want to be king. Sounds incredibly whiny. You probably don't have a choice in the matter. Well, we'll ask him why he doesn't want to be king.
Hello? Have you met me? I'm no leader of men. I don't want to be the person sitting on the throne and making decisions that affect the lives of others. It just isn't me. I guess I should be thankful that Arl Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's alright. Oh, I hope he's alright.
That is our priority.
I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. It was a dumb thing to do.
It's okay, man. Apology accepted.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
Oh, he disapproves even more. I have a present for you, but I damned if I can work out how to give it to you, man. Now look, by the way, I've kind of got your mother's amulet here. Are given to certain party members to influence their approval rating, but it can't because it's not there. So maybe, hang on. Fine.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I worked it out. I'm a good boy. Things are a copper a dozen. Are you sure it's your mother's amulet?
I suppose there might have been other amulets like these made, but I've never seen any others. It looks very old.
I found it in Redcliffe Castle in the study.
Oh, the Arl's study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall, and he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Maybe he meant to give it back to you? Perhaps you mean more to him than you think. There you go.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left... Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
What? Wasn't paying attention. Sorry, did you say something? I have to now that I've done that.
Ho ho ho. See this gesture I'm making? Can you hear that?
Hooray! Alright, let's see. So he's about normal. Approval 0. Alright then. That's groovy. Bounder loves everything. He's a dog. He's like amazing. He's like, oh my god, bones and blood and food. Liana is quite happy. Well, +8 neutral. Morrigan is -8 neutral. Zevran, who we'll talk to now, 0. Need to have a word with this guy. Need to have a word with you.
Here I am.
There you are. Want to discuss something? Actually, ask quick questions. Too early for personal stuff.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Alright, what does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
So, yeah, that's a bit chilling, really. So you have to be a murderer?
Now, it need not be thought of so crudely. We all do our share of murdering around here, don't we? An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
Now we know his fighting style. This sounds like it could be useful. You know, do you always use poison?
I do. It is not something inherent in an assassin's skills, however, merely something complementary. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
He disapproves! I am pissing everybody off. Liliana?
Yes?
I would like to... I think you should... I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
Let's see if we can... Alright, what would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry? Let's get this out of the way.
What is meant by someone like me?
You just don't seem to belong in a cloister. Beautiful, charming woman like yourself. Sanctimonious, preachy... Oh boy. Don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they? Alright, we'll do that one.
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Alright, what did you do before?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Hopefully... You disapprove! Bloody hell, man. I only asked you about what you did before you... Mortaliana, then had been a parent Lothering, however, she spent much of her life as a bard in Orlais, a minstrel, assassin, and spy employed by local house Royaux in their elaborate games of intrigue. She never said she was an assassin? Oh god, we've got two assassins. I'm sure they'll get along perfectly. Alright, I want to talk to someone who isn't really annoyed at me.
I once
Hello.
heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
I feel I've already seen this. He's... I'll never feed you another human being.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this before, you know. What? Oh, that was probably from before. Right? Yeah, it's staying there. Alright, alright. Oh, there's you as well, and there's you guys. Morrigan, let's annoy you now. Let's go ahead and annoy you. Do you assemble this every night? That must take hours.
What do you wish of me?
Well, I wanted to ask you something personal.
You're in camp,
Oops.
so 'tis as good a time as any.
Never mind.
What do you wish of me?
Let's try and make amends.
We are in camp.
No,
so
no, I didn't
'tis
want to
as good a
click
time
that
as
one.
any.
Right, this must be really annoying. I want to ask you something. Never mind. Want to ask you something. Never mind. Want to ask you something. Never mind. Yeah.
What do
That's
you wish
really
of
going to
me?
win her over, isn't it? Ask you something.
If you must.
Right. Did you grow up in the Kakiri Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions?
Oh,
I do
no.
not probe you for pointless information, do I?
Come on, come on. Just be nice. No, everyone hates me. I'm not getting along with anyone. I'm having a really bad night. You can probe me anytime. I'm curious. My favourite way of annoying you. Right, we'll be a bit more... yeah.
Would it not be easier simply to poke at me with a stick?
How about use a large club instead? Could give it a whirl. Go on then.
I think I will elect to answer the question for now, if you do not mind.
The other one was a little bit much.
What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
You remained unnoticed? Wearing that?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Were you hurt?
Was I hurt? What manner of simpering weakling do you take me for?
Okay,
Only
sorry.
once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be travelling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Well done. That was quick thinking. Gotta say. It was quick thinking. I'm gonna say it. That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
You mean like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
But you have. I guess the joke's on you then. And yet here you are.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Hooray! A conversation where people didn't hate me more. Okay. You guys... This is something else that I should really look into. Thinking not yet though. Not yet. I mean, I will next time I come to the camp, but right now we should be going to the circle. I'm going to save it. I'm going to pause the recording because I don't want Spar's eyes to get too bigger, and then we're off to the circle of the Magi thingy thing.